Why all your exes are toxic. We all have that one friend that constantly bashes their ex for being toxic and how incompatible they are with their relationships, and they don't understand why they can't find the perfect match and womp womp. On the other hand, we have someone like Kyriakos, who knows exactly what people to pursue, to love, for a happy, long lasting relationship filled with love, admiration, and little to no arguments. There's no relationship with no arguments, but, anyways. You might wonder, but George, every individual is different. You can categorize them all. Firstly, I didn't. Okay? A whole lot of psychologists did. And secondly, do you wanna fucking learn how to make your life and relationships better or break my ball? After many years of constantly hopping from relationship to relationship, I realized that I had the issue, okay? What most women I was with had in common. They were all getting bored after a while and they kept distancing themselves. Why though? The answer is in this book called Attached, where it talks about the 3 different attachment styles that a person can have. So stick around to learn yours. Firstly, we have the anxious. A good 24% of the population has it, and it's the one I have as well. Okay. What makes you part of that attachment style is your need for closeness and constant reassurance from your partner for their emotional availability. All this comes from when you was a baby and when you cried and your parents came to pick you up, but you kept crying till they showed you enough love to fucking finally stop. Now into adulthood, this translates to constantly asking your partner if they love you and stuff, and needing to know everything about them. And are you bored? Are you bored with me? And do you want to break up? Where they at? And in general. And in the slightest argument, you turn defensive because you feel attacked, and that the slightest thing you might possibly say or do will jeopardize the whole relationship. This has 2 follow ups. You either shut down and wait to get back an apology that probably won't come, due to the fact that the other person didn't do anything wrong, most of the time at least, interpreted it like that. And the second is that you will have a tantrum and beg for forgiveness or acceptance, even though you haven't done anything wrong, just to keep the other person satisfied. Then there is the avoidant type. These kinds of these kind of people are the ones that don't want much closeness in their relationships. These are the people that are huge hookup and situationship enjoyers, as they satisfy their needs for intimacy without the need to get closer with the other person. These people are the ones that when their parents left the room as they were babies, they didn't cry at all, nor care for their absence. A great characteristic to identify an avoidant is that they want to keep everyone at an arm's length. They don't want people invading their personal space or personal life, and mostly during arguments, they will tend to avoid communication as their attachment system has flared up and now needs some cool uh, and now needs some alone time to cool off so they can re-establish the distance. Okay. There is also a small category of people, around like 2%, that are anxious avoidant, so they have both styles. But before you little fucking Dumbo thinking that, oh, this is so totally me, and I'm so unique, you probably ain't. You are not, okay? In order to figure out your attachment style, you need to see your reactions at the time of stress, not daily actions. Like when you get into an argument, what do you do to people near you? Do you start panicking and want someone to be next to you? Or do you want to go have some alone time with nobody to interrupt you? And I'm not talking about like some dude came that you don't really like and wanted to talk to you and stuff, and you kept them at an arm's length, and at the same time, and then the love of your life started an argument, and now you are stressing and want them near you. You are not anxious avoidant in this situation, you are anxious. Okay, we need real stress in a real situation, not in the times that someone was already annoying and started annoying you even more. Okay, continuing with the most common one and the best one, in my opinion, the secure attachment style. These are like the 50% of the population, and they are the most wonderful. They fit with everyone. Secure people are not afraid of commitment, they are open to intimacy, and they don't push your buttons just to get their attention. Okay, very understanding people, supportive, and in general, the type we all aim to become. These are the people that when their parents left the room, when they were babies, as soon as they got back, they stopped crying. Okay? You can always rely on a secure person, always. So, what are the ideal matches in a relationship? What you should avoid entirely? Every relationship needs at least one secure person to last. Why? Because two anxious and two avoidance can't exist. The one who is either more avoidant or more anxious will dominate, and the other will be forced to change to the other attachment style, making the other person depressed as they are not in their natural style. Also, they fall into the anxious avoidant trap where one person is always seeking closeness and the other one is seeking to distance themselves, creating a game of chasing each other while getting hurt, and their needs not met in the process. Secure people are compatible with themselves and with the others. As with an anxious person, they are not afraid to show more intimacy when it's needed. And with the avoidance, they can allow them to have their own space and they don't push, let's say, turning their partner more secure as the time passes. So before entering a relationship, check if the other person has the qualifications you need. For you secures out there, you don't need to worry though. I mean, you can go with everyone. However, it's important to note that secure people can have some of the other styles. What do I mean? This doesn't change the fact, of course, that they are secure. For example, my most recent ex, a lovely girl, very grateful that I was with her, she was secure with both avoidant and anxious traits, such as keeping her personal life very personal and some very, very, very rare times acting anxious, like jealousy and stuff. But for a good 99% of the relationship, she was secure and in general, a great person to be around. By the way, everyone can become more secure and better the relationship. Because I don't have time to go into detail, text me on my Instagram, link in the description if you want to learn more. Lastly, you can hint some question. Lastly, you can hint some questions to your new date to check their attachment style, such as whenever you have a big issue in your life, do you tend to people for help, or you prefer dealing with it completely alone? Or do you prefer sharing your day-to-day activities with people close to you, or you tend to keep them personal? Fun fact, I went on a date with this girl like a couple of weeks ago, and I was asking her these types of questions. I wanted to make sure what type she was. Sometimes the other person might be a little bit too nervous because like it was her first date ever, and I didn't want to like make her uncomfortable. But as time passed a little bit and we talked a little bit more and discussed some stuff, I figured out she was avoidant, and I didn't want to trap myself again with an anxious avoidant relationship. Anyways, I hope that helped you to clear up the issues in your relationships and get you where you need to be. Don't forget to love yourself and may Christ have mercy on us. Peace.